the number one question that, as I was saying before, that um, most of my clients, as well as most of the people, is how do I get to my Google Business profile? And there's a couple of ways, and I'm going to share my screen so that way, I think it's probably best if I do that. And it's loading right now. Okay, so I'm gonna swing this over. So there's a couple of ways. I'm gonna show you how to get to your Google Business profile um, on your desktop, which is basically going to google.com/business, right? So once you do that, you go to Manage Now, and that will take you to the Google Business profile. This is for my marketing business, right? The other way is if you've already set up your Google Business profile, and you can go to Google Maps, right? And then just type in your business name. And once you get there and you find your business, then you can say manage your business profile. It's two ways. The other on your phone, the best way is if you are on your Google, like you download the Chrome browser, and once you get to your Chrome browser and you open it up, it's the same thing as going into google.com/business. But most of the time, I use my Google Maps, and I can show it to you and show you on my screen on my. So if you go to Google Maps, and I wish there was a way on. Maybe I got to figure out a way where I can actually show my my phone and then stream it on to using this platform that I'm using to stream. But for now, I'm just gonna have to go to just verbally tell you. So if you go to Google Maps, download Google Maps on your phone, and then you can switch to your profile by on the top right hand corner, and then once you logged into the right account, once you the account that you have your Google Business profile, you can it'll say in one of the choices your business profile, and then once you click on that, they'll take you, and if you have multiple, it'll list all of them. But it'll just if you just have one, it'll show your business profile and just click on that. And so once you click on um, your business profile, it should come up to this screen. Okay, and let me just confirm that it does that. A screen very similar to, well, not necessarily. It's gonna show you. Let me just not share my screen here, and it'll show something like that, right? And then at the very bottom of that, um, that's interesting. It says 675 views here, but then it shows a little bit different on my desktop. So that's another thing I have to look into and see what the discrepancy is. Um, that's something I have to make a note of. And so if you see here, it says edit profile, and all of those options that are available here, you would see it on your phone as well using the Google Maps app. Okay. All right. The second the second question I get asked most often um, is can I, well, I'm not gonna, it's not the second most, but I'm gonna go over some of the questions that I get asked is, can I use one phone number for multiple Google Business profile, right? And let me just start hide the screen. So another question that as I was saying, the question that a lot of people ask, can I, if I have one phone number, can I use it on multiple Google Business profile? And the answer to that is no, right? I would recommend that you have one unique number for multiple businesses or each individual business, because in um, in Google Business Profile on local ranking, or for that matter, SEO, right? Name, address, and phone number is very, very important when it comes, because That is what Google uses really to identify a business, right? Name, address, and phone. So name of your business, the address of that particular business, and the phone number for that particular business. So if you are utilizing the same phone number for, let's just say, ABC LLC, and then you have another business, right? It could be a DBA or it could be another business. And I think I've heard this multiple times from, especially when like if you're a local business, you could be, let's say you're a real estate investor and you do like some sort of service on the side, right? And you don't want to deal with the headache of two multiple numbers. You're just using your phone number to get all the calls from your tenants, and then all of your calls as an agent, right? So you have those two numbers. However, when you utilize those two Google Business Profile for both of those entities, then Google is getting confused and saying, "Hey, is this phone number for this business or is this phone number for that business?" So for that matter, I would definitely recommend that you have two separate phone numbers for those two businesses or any number of businesses. A little bit of cost, but and a little bit of a headache, but that is what's necessary in the world right now, especially when it comes to SEO, local SEO as well. All right. The next question that I want to address, let me pull up. I did write a list of questions that I put, and I lost that when my computer went out just before. So, give me 1 second while I look for that. All right. So the other question that um, I ask is, how do I upload photos into Google Business Profile? Now, let's go into my sharing of my screen here, and let's see if. So once you get to your Google Business Profile, now if you're doing it on your desktop, it will be um, loading it through the browser, right? So then right here it says you can add exterior photos. And once you click on that, you can drag the photos here. Um, the other thing is if you go to add photos here, then you can add here and then you can add the photos by clicking on this, and then it'll take you to that same screen. Also, if you do, you can upload your logos, right? And there are specific parameters. You can look at the guidelines, but pretty much follow the guidelines of in Google support. Um, and, and the cover photo. Now, what is cover photo? It basically is that photo that the main one that most businesses would see when they Google your business or when they look when your business pops up. And I get a lot of people struggling with this because sometimes um, Google replaces the cover photos for some reason, and sometimes it's not, you know, visible, right? So you do have to make sure every once in a while to check it and then upload the cover photo to replace whatever is being replaced. Sometimes Google does that, no clue why, but it is what it is, and you have to deal with that. All right. Now the on your uh, on your phone, um, since I don't have my phone synced, I'm gonna have to show it to you visually. I mean, and so when you're on Google Maps, I suggest using Google Maps because it's just a lot easier. So when you scroll down and you go to your Google Business Profile, right, and right as you're in the screen, right, and then at the very bottom there says Photos, right? Click on Photos, and then those are your photos right there, right? and there's an option right there that says add photos. So then you click on add photos, and then once you add, then you will click on plus, right? And then it'll pull in whatever is in your camera feed, right? As you can see right here, those are some pictures of me, our camping trip right there. So you would highlight whatever you want, right? Right. Those are my those are our we're barbecuing, right? So those are our photos, right? I'm not gonna put that on there, but just showing it to you for sake of and it's just a matter of clicking done once you're done opening it. I mean, uploading the photos or highlighting the photos that you want, and then you just click done, and then it'll upload it, and then it'll tell Google will tell you whether they've been approved or not. Sometimes, for some reason, uh, Google does not approve some of the photos. Um, what's Still looking into the reason why. It might be a matter of being authentic or not. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to uploading photos at this time, is that you know as much as it might be convenient to upload photos from your desktop. Okay, that's what we do most of the time. But what you want to do is sometimes when you're transferring images from your phone to your desktop, or from one phone to another, or sometimes what you lose the meta tag. And so the meta tag is what's necessary, especially if you have geo services on. So I strongly recommend that when you're taking photos, keep your meta description, meta tags, meaning your geolocations services on, so that way Google knows that the photo is authentic and is from the location of where you're actually taking the photos. Okay, that helps with making the photos more authentic. Okay, all right. So next, let's go to the next question. Um, Let me just pull it in because I'm gonna go and take a look at the photo. I mean, the list of questions that I prepared, and because I got kicked out before. All right. So another question that we get is, my Google Business profile is verified, right? But my phone number does not show up. Now, in some instances, what happens is, during the process of when you are in setting up your Google Business profile, and then you may not have entered the phone number, or maybe you have entered it, but for some reason, a lot of times, you'll be surprised. On my Google Business profile for my real estate business, I had my website up, and then all of a sudden, it just poof disappears. I have no clue why. So it is recommended every once in a while to go in and make sure things are okay. But for some reason, the Google Business profile number has not been set up, and so it's just a matter of going into your setting. And so if you were to go in, you go to edit profile, and then what you will do is you will go down here and edit the phone number. I think I remember in one of the accounts there was a we had a difficulty entering the phone number, and that had to do with a setting in here. So I think it had to do with the setting, right? So when you're going in here, um, there was a setting that prevented us here, right here. So this way, I think it put in here the phone number saying don't show, right? So if you have this on, of course, your Google Business profile, then the phone number is not going to show, right? So even if you had a phone number, it's not going to show. I don't know why. I guess there are instances where businesses don't want their Google Business profile uh, phone number to be shown, not to be shown, but I don't know why, because that's business, potential business, but for whatever reason, right? Now, this is advanced setting off of the Google Business profile on the desktop. Now, on the phone, let's see, hold on a second. Let me see if I could go back on this and see if there is an advanced setting here. Oh, there is. Let me, yeah, I wish there was a way to show this, but if I show you, let me hide my screen, and then if I zoom in here, you see this three dots on this corner right here, right there, those three dots. Click on the three dots, right, and then this pulls up, right, and you see the Google Business Profile settings, right. So I'm going to click on that, and then here where it says Advanced Settings right there, right, Advanced Settings right there, and then if you scroll up, um, right there it says phone numbers don't show, right. Um, did I accidentally? I may have accidentally clicked on don't show. Let me see here. Uh, it's interesting. On here, I have it. Don't show customers your phone numbers on your. But however, I have it set up. This is where it's now. It's very interesting, where I do this daily and work with clients, and it says don't show right here on my Google Maps. And then when on my Google Business Profile on my desktop, it has it turned off. So this is where at the end of the day, am I Google? I don't know why that's at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure I'm gonna go incognito, and then I'm gonna just go to Google Maps. Then I'm gonna type in K Madison, and then see if my phone number shows up here. So it is showing up. So I'm gonna do that on my Google Maps and see if my phone number shows up on on my Google Maps. So I'm gonna just type in. I'm in Google Maps now. I'm gonna type in K Madison, and I am here. Well, I'm not on incognito here. There's no incognito mode. I don't believe in Google Maps. So I'm just gonna scroll down and see if, interesting. So what I believe, this is very interesting, and this is something that this is for the first time that I'm realizing, and this is something I have to tell my staff. And I'm gonna make a note of it. Excuse me, because this is the kind of stuff that really you learn this as you go on a day-to-day basis, right? And this is something that I find very interesting, is that the setting on your desktop and the setting on your phone are two separate. So, which is news to me, which I did not know. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn that setting. I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna click on the three bars on. I'm gonna try to do this here. Click on this, and then click on Business Profile Settings, and then I'm gonna click on Advanced Settings, and then I'm gonna go and turn this off. So I turned it off, right? And now the phone number is visible. So let's go take a look and just go refresh. Maybe I'm gonna refresh this. Then I'm gonna go K Madison. Okay. And interesting. I'm gonna get out of it because it's still not showing me the phone number. Let me see. Excuse my son, he's actually playing with his friends. So my phone number is still not showing up. So what I'm gonna do is hopefully it might take, I don't know, sometimes there's a little bit of lag when it comes to, okay, so let me go make sure that setting is Yeah, it's turned off. Um, so I'm oh, here, there is a call button right here. So which I don't know if you can see here. So I'm gonna have to go look at the video before and see if I had that setting or not. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on that. So if you don't have a phone number not visible on your phone, on your Google Maps, on your mobile, I guess mobile settings and then desktop settings are two different ones. So make sure that they are both visible if you want to have um, your uh, your phone number showing up. All right, and for that matter, I have to go and tell my staff that to look at both settings on the desktop and on the phone, on the mobile app settings, and making sure that those are the same for both. So, which is very interesting. All right. Next question. Um, how do you get Google verified? Now, Um, Google Verified is when you go first through your verification process when you first set up your Google Business Profile, and that could be as simple as um, sometimes in my previous episode when I set up a Google Business Profile for a new business, it automatically set it up because Google already had information about that business, and it went ahead and verified it on its own without any postcard. But in most businesses, they're gonna send you a postcard with a code in it, and then once you get the code, then it's a matter of just going into your Google Business Profile and entering that code to verify that that business is physically there at that location. The There are other instances where the Google may deem that that business is kind of questionable, and so they may have you go through more further verification process, maybe even uploading videos, uploading photos, and so forth. Okay, they may ask you to take a front picture of the store to upload it for verification. There might be the um, this person that asked that question, how do you get Google verified, could also be asking, for example, when they are um, searching for, or when they see Google screen, those are local service ads. So let me uh, give you an example. So let's just say you're looking for best realtor near me. So when they do this, so these are agents that are currently running ads on Google local service ads through Google, right? And it says Google screen. So just to make sure that I answer that question, if you're asking, how to get Google Screen, that's a whole process of you going through local service ad and setting up the ads, and then when you go through that, they will ask for documentations and so forth. That will take that will make you Google Screen or Google Verified in that sense. Okay. All right. Um, the next question is how do I respond to my Google reviews? All right. So that basically is very simple, right? Now there are platforms out there that will make it easy that you can actually send reviews as well as respond to reviews on the platform, right? On the same platform. But for Google reviews, it's a little, you have to go through, of course, going through your google.com/business. Um, and then you go to the manage now, right? Manage as I showed you before. And then right here is where you would say read reviews, right? And then as you can see here, these are the reviews, and then you can respond to them. Um, Now, most of them I have responded, and you want to respond to reviews as promptly and as quickly because the way that Google looks at it, those are engagements, and so you want to engage with those with your customers, and so that's one way of getting engagement or responding by responding to reviews. Now on the Google Maps on your mobile, right? Um, it's a matter of going to your Google Business profile, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll up, right? And where it says reviews, right there, click on reviews, and right there you have the opportunity to respond, right? So the ones without the response, you will be, you will probably have a button that says respond, right? I do it on our platform that we have, pro360.io. So I don't go to the app, or I don't go to the Google profile, Google Business profile. So it's been a while since I've actually seen it. So yeah, there should be some sort of a button or saying, respond to reviews. And sometimes in some instances, most instances, you will get an email um, when the email that you set up your Google Business profile, and they will um, email you, and then you will respond, right? But what you want to do is you want to be in the habit of looking at your Google Business profile on a daily basis and making sure that you get reviews. Or if you're, depending on the type of business you are. Okay, so if you are a business that asks for a lot of reviews and you're getting a lot of reviews, you want to have somebody or yourself, whoever it may be, to respond to reviews every single day. Okay. All right. Next question is, um, yes, we're heading into, I started a little bit late, so we're okay. It's at 1:35 right now. Um, this question is, a broker. This is a real estate agent. A broker is asking the agent that, one of the agents in the agency is to use their office number in their Google Business profile. I would say no, because, or, number one, you're gonna have, like I said, you cannot use, if the broker is asking all of the agents to use their office numbers in their Google Business profile, you're gonna have multiple Google Business profile with that one number, and that's gonna confuse Google. And so not that is not only detrimental for the broker, but that's also detrimental for the agent, because the agent should have their unique phone number associated with that Google Business profile. So I would definitely say no. And if you must, show this video, or you can, um, uh, that's a question you can ask Google support. But I would say that that's definitely not something you want to do. Okay. This is a question that was asked recently by somebody that I was on. Can a vacation home be set up as a Google Business profile? Um, Let me, for that, I can take you to, um, let's see, hold on a second. Show, let's see here. Let me go to Google, just .com. Then I'll just say Google Business Profile eligibility, right? So once you click that, the first, I guess, what do you call it? Query, the first query shows you the guidelines, right? And so here, where it says ineligible businesses, right there, apartment for sale, vacation home, sales or leasing offices, however, are eligible for verification. So that's an exception here. All right, so take a look at that and see if there's any, possibility that your business may not be eligible for Google Business Profile. All right. Now the question that I asked about uh, with the broker, in terms of the real estate agent is asking to use their office number um, in their Google Business profile. And the response to that was basically, as I said, is a phone number should be unique to each individual, whether it's an agent or whether it's a broker. So you want to now there you want to have unique phone numbers for each entity. Now, the question of whether um, now Google Business Profile allows you to add up to 3 phone numbers, right? Now, in that instance, should that one of those phone numbers be the office number? And I would really, the question really depends on, I guess, in each independent agent and how strict the broker is in asking that phone number to be in their Google Business Profile, because those 3 numbers really should be your Google Business Profile should be your own it's your own branding, right? So it's like, I know that some brokers have certain requirements that are that that is necessary as part of their social media, right? So like their logo, or sometimes their branding cannot be bigger than some of the agency or the broker's logo, right? And so really, it really, how strict are they in asking you or the agent to put their office number? Um, so in that instance, it is, in order to comply with their requirement, you can add it as a secondary number, but I would try to fight that if I were in your shoes or in the agent's shoes, saying, hey, I'm only going to put my phone number and any of the tracking numbers that I want on my Google Business Profile, and not the office number. Um, but that is up to, that's on a case by case basis. And then the other um, thing that I have, not necessarily been asked, not asked, but I see this repeatedly over and over again. Okay, and number one mistake that I see a lot of businesses as well as agents and small businesses do over and over again, which is killing not only their local ranking but their SEO overall, is switching platforms or switching content on every time they switch websites or to another platform. They're in essence killing their SEO because you're putting new content, right? Because not when they're switching platforms, the content that was there previously from another platform may not be the same content that's in the new platform. So now, you're now basically go back to where you were in terms of SEO. And so now you've just killed your SEO and basically going to step zero. So if you must do it, even if you're switching platform, whenever we are migrating or moving a business owner to a new platform, what we do is we try to copy as much of the content as well as the URL for those pages that have some SEO juice, and we want to put that into the new platform to keep everything same, right? So that's as much as you think that it's not important, it is relevant and it is important for SEO purposes, right? But it really depends on, if there's no traffic to your website, then it really doesn't matter, right? Okay. All right. So maybe this may be the last question before we call it. Changing your name in your website, or for that matter, making changes, um, any changes, okay. One that that is a recent, this is something that recently happened. So one of my local church that I attend is called Joy Christian Fellowship, right? Um, I noticed that on their Google Business Profile, all of a sudden, their name, Google automatically, for some reason, changed it to Joy Church. And as I did some investigation, I realized that they changed the name on their website, even though their domain is called Joy Church, but on the page it's called Joy Church, right? And then all others. social media, they've also changed to Joy Church. And so automatically Google saw that and automatically changed the Google business profile of their business to Joy Church, right? Um, Unknowingly, right? Um, they did that. And so I had a discussion with the associate pastor, and we're discussing it. And because their official name is still called Joy Christian Fellowship, I suggested that, hey, even though your domain URL or whatever is Joy Church, keep it Joy Christian Fellowship. So um, the the so basically the answer to the question is, don't be changing any name associated with your business without thinking things through, right? Whether it's on your website or social media, because that's going to confuse Google and everything. And Google, like I said, will automatically change things accordingly to what they see on the web. All right. All right. So anyway, all right. So we covered a lot in the last 45 minutes. I know at the very beginning there was some things, technical issues. I apologize for that. And so I'm going to go ahead and edit the beginning of the video to hopefully I can do that on YouTube, but we're going to edit that first portion so that it starts immediately from after the glitch. And then next week, what do we got? Next week, I have some hacks, SEO hacks that I'm going to talk about the following week. I have it in my email schedule. If you are in my email, please go ahead and go check it out. I wrote it down. And for those that are not in my email, go to freeleadsblueprint.com, and that's where you can get into my email list by downloading our checklist that we've done that I've recreated this year. It's our 4 pillars for generating free leads online. So check it out. The link is below in my comment section, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Tomorrow is my accountability. If you are not accountability, but I go over some accountability, so Q&A coaching. That is in my Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, the link to those Facebook group is below. Join the Facebook group and join in the conversation. All right. Until then, see you next week or see you tomorrow. Bye.